Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the Marion Township Board of Supervisors meeting for Thursday, June 25th to order. It's now 7 o'clock. Always our first item is pledges of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anyone looking to make a public comment during tonight's meeting, we ask that you please sign in on the sheet in the front. And when you come up for your comment, please clearly state your name and address for the record. Additionally, for everyone's awareness, meetings are recorded for audio and video, so we ask that you silence or mute your cell phones. We have anybody signed in over there, Carl?
Beverly.
Excuse me. Beverly Brossman, 412 Water Street, Strasburg, PA. We'll have several comments. The first one is regarding community service. I once again did 7.5 hours for Liberty Square and A2. Also, we had our building committee meeting last Wednesday. Several things were brought to my attention. Under old business, it was brought up as to why we haven't looked into funding and things for a new building. And I said, well, I wasn't quite sure about that.
I
Also
don't think it was funding. I think what we were deciding was when the film committee
was formed.
warned, it was for you guys to look at restoring the building and a new building.
Building a new one.
Well, because we have the costs from building a new one. We have the costs roughly from the Tippett Weaver stuff on rehabilitating and renovating the current one. And there's an obvious preference by everybody to rehabilitate the old one. Really weren't that far off. Still eligible for grants on rehabilitation, so that's what we decided to have you pursue.
Don't
Okay.
forget, now we already started spending money on the old building.
Yeah.
The pipe.
Also, Sarah, our secretary, brought to our attention that she had, a thing called preservation service, doing historical things at her home. She brought, gave me a paper and a thing with their officers' papers, consulting on the different, things that they do. There was also a suggestion if the supervisors, maybe all or one, and some of the committee could do a Zoom thing with these people or one of these people.
What do they do?
They do everything. They restore all the paperwork,
We do historical
all the
items.
historic things.
Items, okay.
Yeah.
So
Sarah's gonna look into the Zoom thing, and I said, see if there's any cost to this. And if there is, if she needs to let them know how much it's gonna cost to do that,
We'll take a look at that.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll. As Lisa, that way she can.
She has
I have
one.
that.
She has one.
Oh, yeah.
For myself.
Oh, yeah. Lisa's got a copy. Then we
I
can-
got a copy, I can give you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beverly. Yep, so we held an executive session on the May 28th meeting from 8:40 to 8:50 to discuss potential litigation. There are actually no minutes ready to be approved at this time. The ones that are still being worked on by Lisa and Abby are the workshop meeting for May 21st, the board meeting for May 28th, and the workshop meeting for June 18th. I'm actually, before we get too far along, I'm going to let Steve go first so that if Steve wants to leave and have the rest of his Thursday night back, he can.
I appreciate that. Okay, so for our report for the month of May, we had 17 incidents. In the township, it was 5 active, 1 transformer fire, 4 medical assist, 1 hazard call, and 2 brush fires. And mutual aid assist, we had 3 mutual aid structure fires and 1 mutual aid hazard. That's about it. We're beginning to get some of our new equipment in we had ordered from last year's state grant. So just everything in, I'll give you guys a list, let you know what we're doing. Yeah, the thing, what we got in just recently was the new thermal imaging camera. One we had was obsolete.
Have you got a chance to use it yet? Nice.
We haven't actually had it in.
Use it, but like, have you gotten it
Yeah,
out?
we played.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Okay. In terms of announcements, septic systems need to be pumped and inspected if you've not already done that as part of the original four-year schedule. The list of registered pumpers is available upon request. Yeah, okay, so good. It's on the website. So you can say,
You asked me a question?
Yeah, Kimberly and I did put that on the website and we sent you an email, double check to make sure that you were okay with everything.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
There was another email we sent too regarding, grant.
okay. Hydroterra's engineering report.
That was probably in your last packet that I gave you.
Pretty good. That's where I saw it tonight here. Either way, there was, oh, here it is. 210 reports for pumping and inspection have been submitted since February of 2024. So far during the month of May, though, we've had 31. So people are starting to do it. Letters should be going out in June from Hydroterra about the non-compliance aspect of that.
I have reviewed that warning notice and provided my input.
Next, on my follow-up questions. Lisa, you had actually already mentioned about the list of pumpers that is up on the website pending Colin's recommendations. And the non-compliance letter we just literally just talked about. The update around the public sewer design is there are some additional surveys required for the Buckeye Pipeline and the Tulpahawken Creek crossings. Hydroterra will be working on. The draft specifications for the low pressure system ownership and management have been sent over to the solicitor for his review. And Hydroterra is keeping us on track for our proposed milestones so that we don't get in trouble with the DEP. The public water stuff came back. I don't know if you guys got a chance to talk about that last Thursday, but the long and short of it is the joint authority is going to be working with Fred about the details for connection point and all that good stuff. It would likely provide service only if the township put the bill for the cost of the infrastructure, which we kind of knew was going to be the case. Bulk water agreement, kind of like the bulk customer of the sewer, is the preferred mechanism for that. Capping fee could be somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,500, depending on if we get grants or not. And the township would own the system until the debt is paid, and it would be dedicated to us after the payoff. So we would have, how would that work? Would we have our own authority that we would manage water through within the township, and then like just?
You could have a water authority.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be necessary, but you could form a water authority
Yeah.
to oversee the.
Okay, we'll have to talk about the operation of it, yeah, because if we're owning the infrastructure, we almost have to have something to make that a reality. It's not going to be Holmesdorf, Robizonia people that would be doing that.
Right.
We've got some details for thought. The next authority meeting for that is the 24th, which was yesterday. So we might have some stuff for next month for Fred to bring to us. But I still think that's worth looking at, especially if we keep it on a voluntary standpoint. Down Main Street, put a couple of fire hydrants in. But we'll look more on that as we have some more details. In terms of grants, we have the $56,116 grant for the EMA trailer and incident response command center. Got a little bit left over on that. John was getting quotes for the lettering, or the striping and some basic lettering. I believe you said you got all three that you need. So when I won't steal John's thunder, I'll let him talk about that when we get to that point. The police protective tactical and communications equipment. Actually just signed something for Lisa tonight to start submitting for reimbursement on that.
Yeah, and Colin needs to do something there's a letter he needs to do, and we sent that email to you today.
Okay.
Okay.
And we have the 69,570 for the survey and utility location around the sewer stuff. We have $11,313 remaining for that. Hydroterra is going to be putting that to use for whatever can be used on the sewer design stuff. The reimbursement request number 1 was approved. We're just waiting for that to actually come into our account. For 2026, 2027 grant opportunities, we still have the 2026 LSA statewide grants. The new application guidelines and rules are being released sometime in June. Keep an eye out for that. And then the financial year 2027 congressional discretion funding, which is the big one that we're hoping to get for the building. There's really not been any news on that, but that's to be expected based on what Rep. Muser's office had supplied to us. They'll keep in contact with us and let us know how things are proceeding, but that would be potentially a federal grant of over $2 million. The township matching a small percentage of that, 678,000, but it would cover the entirety of the building. So from one end to the other. John, EMC stuff. Okay, that's fine.
All right, we've had a very busy month. Briefly, the full report, June 6th were the severe storms. With the Sharp Road roof removal. Officially the designated from National Weather Service, it was a gust tornado. And literally right before meeting started, I found out the house that lost its roof is being replaced. So that's why we did not see a permit for repair, because they're getting a new house.
Right.
During that incident, the call out between the Marion Fire Company, firefighter / neighbor, Josh Bellman, and the community at large around there for stepping up, to say the least, in tarping that roof, trying to help the Haspers out, and very quickly preventing any further damage. June 9th was our news report that some of you were there for. Just fun. June 13th, I requested for the drone to search for 2 runaway steers that had been found, and it was Old West. They actually had cowboys on horseback, and they got them. I have the FAA is going to be coming in late August to do it here. The class for public safety, for police, fire, EMS, rescue in the area, any of the elected officials on drone laws, rules, stuff like that. And then they gave me a book that I got to give to Brian. All the statutes you guys can use to cite and fine. And the biggest thing for the police to do is at least get the info. I have documentation to send to the FAA, because if somebody does do something really, really dumb, it's between some of the misdemeanors and what that local PD can do, and like $150 fine or something. But if it's significant, the FAA starts their fines at 17,000. So if somebody is illegally doing drone usage, like looking in somebody's window, they want them in the worst way. Because I had an incident and I have somebody that feels like shining a green laser at their room. That's an FAA violation, and that's jail time. And I have the location, I have the person, I know who it is. So, I have several classes coming up. 3 weeks, I'll be at the All Hazard Safety Officer Section Chief class. That weekend in Emmitsburg. Advanced Public Information Officer, trying to get that done again. Again, the last one was at when my father-in-law passed. With the remaining money of 3,800 plus, I have 3 quotes I gave to Lisa. The least expensive for $199 on Amazon, just for another Makita blower, because we really needed blowers yesterday on that big truck. The truck was, I went down to MGS today, and the truck was being pulled into the truck repair shop right next to our. It was pretty neat. So I think I know that truck. Sorry, tangent, squirrel. Trailer quotes, I had the 3 of them. I gave those to Lisa. Kelsey Adams Design, they do all the police cars and ambulance over on the east side of the county. $1,300. Horse sign was $1,734.63, and Brown signs was $24.78. So 1,300 is the least expensive one, and it's white stripe, collective white stripe, which is Marion Township Emergency Management on the side, or all sides, front and back. She will actually come here to do it. I don't have to take it anywhere. And, I think that's it. This might be a record for short.
Yeah, I like to keep up the good work.
Okay.
So we technically, if we were gonna authorize him to do that, because it's an expenditure of money, we have amended the agenda. It's not actually a
You
listed
should,
item.
you should,
Okay.
and you can.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to amend the agenda to include a motion for purchasing of the trailer lettering on the EMC trailer.
Second it.
Motion made by Peter, seconded by Jesse, Paul, Peter,
Aye.
Jesse.
Okay. Second motion is to authorize the expenditure of $1,300 from, it was Kelsey
Adams Design.
Adams Design for the lettering on the EMC trailer.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll. call.
Please remember to repost the agenda online and outside tomorrow.
Okay.
Uh,
You can ratify that as part of the payment of bills next month.
okay, yeah, just buy it. That was gonna be my question. It's like, do you have a motion on that, or can that just be an
It's after
expense?
that.
Yeah. Okay, Kraft, anything you guys want to bring up?
I don't think that I have anything that's not covered later on the agenda.
Okay, that's kind of what it seemed like, but I wanted to be sure.
Do we want to keep that there or should we remove that?
Well, I mean, sometimes they have stuff that's not normally in the agenda, it's for attention. Roadmaster related stuff, we successfully purchased a truck. It was a municipal bid for $8,000 from Sinking Spring, parked outside there. Came with a V plow and everything, which is very nice. So we've got one of the things that we were looking for. Now we got to try to find one of those big internationals for the salt. So well done on that, Carl. I think that was. It's a vehicle truck. It's a vehicle truck. So we have to make a motion to ratify Carl to execute any of the paperwork to effectuate the transfer of the truck title. So I'll make a motion to authorize Roadmaster Carl Liptak to execute any paperwork in the line of effectuating the transfer of the truck title.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Peter, before you go on, you did not approve the, for June.
Oh, shoot, sorry. Thank you for calling that out.
At the end of page two.
Oh, geez, yeah, I missed that. Okay, so I'll make a motion to authorize the payment of the bills for June.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Okay, dumpsters, we're still trying to get quotes. Did you happen to call dumpster dudes or?
I said that and then you said that's not the right type of thunder breed.
We didn't, I thought we needed a small one. He wanted like a small one to keep.
Oh,
Like you were saying about dumpster.
Yeah,
dudes for like. if
yeah,
you
I thought we
gonna,
were,
like,
I thought we were,
somewhere
maybe I
else.
missed, I thought we were taking a bunch of crap out.
Well, Jesse already took all the crap out, so we don't really.
Oh, okay.
And so she's asking me if I got quotes. I'm like, no, I don't really.
Hold it away.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to have a dumpster there when we get, an animal carcass to get rid of or.
I would say, call JP Mascaro, see if that's something that they can give us part of.
We did have
Yeah, there
that.
is, there is.
Quoted, okay.
Yeah, that was a couple meetings back. I can.
Might have been one that I wasn't here.
I don't remember offhand.
Yeah, okay, so send me what you have. I misunderstood what the ask was on that.
Well, originally it was to get rid of all that stuff that was out, but we
Yeah.
slowly
Okay.
got rid of that. And it's gone.
From a secretary standpoint, Lisa doesn't have any that is needed for office supplies. The website reconstruction or renovation was completed on June 11th. It's live. It's still being worked on actively, but it's up and running again. Sign out front. Now that I didn't have the measurement there because I didn't think I had that. I'll work on trying to get something together on that. Printed somewhere. spring kitten season is here. We have vouchers for anybody that does trap, neuter, release. And on a slightly positive note, permits. There's lots of people pulling permits, which is great. That is,
They're flying in and out the door.
yeah. I'm glad people are doing stuff on their properties, but that also is a little bit of a revenue stream for the township that we were not expecting. So, the Berks County non-emergency number for everybody that is potentially a little shy about calling 911 for certain things like noise complaints or the bar or anything like that. That is 610-655-4911. Save it into your phone.
And I do have it printed out over there. So
I've done the same. So if it's not 911 worthy, but it's still, you need to call the police, call the Berks County non-emergency number.
it still goes to Burke County Center. It's still-
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, it's not like a 911 call. Okay, from a police and EMS standpoint, looks like Pulpahawken had a really busy month last month. There were 44 patrol hours taken. There were 13 traffic stops, 15 citations issued, and 4 parking tickets, three traffic accidents as well. It wasn't in the township, but did you guys see or have to respond to that one that was in Brazonia near the like the Sunoco?
Oh, the.
Yeah, the car that flipped over. I got there like 2 seconds after it happened, so I was there. Oh no, I actually got out and was like stopping traffic and stuff because they were trying to get the person out of the car. The person had like a ton of stuff in their car. It was one of those people that is like, they have enough room to sit in and drive and that's it. So like, yeah. But
No, we didn't.
okay. Everybody was okay, which was good. That was 3 weeks ago?
I was gonna say, it was a few
Was
weeks
it about
ago.
3 weeks ago? It was a week before the workout meeting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't immediately, because I didn't say the whole time. I didn't see anybody from Tulpe there, but there were a couple other police departments that responded. Yeah.
How did it, like I said, I was at the Gap.
I would have to ask Jesse. I didn't hear or see anything as a direct result of it.
Was the zoo.
Yeah.
Saturday, they had a little bit of motorcycles out. Sunday, they started ripping it up. They had 422 shut down and they were drag racing up and down the 422.
Oh, it wasn't the Saturday, it was.
No, rain missed Saturday.
That's when the Gustado came through.
I had spectators in the back at the creamery watching. You want to see any video? Billy Coble has it on his Facebook.
Of course.
Facebook?
Billy Coble.
Coble has it on his Facebook and a couple other people posted it.
I actually, I looked at our call history, we really didn't have any calls.
You're up.
Nobody called.
That's every shock. Calls.
One person called. Saturday. From what I understand, and I was speaking with other departments in surrounding areas. Probably we let them know and they. Well. Guess the. On Sunday. Be more proactive. I didn't want to miss that.
Yeah. The timing is what it is.
Then let me come here. I was on orders.
It is what it is.
Yeah, just keep saying. Oh,
Call.
that's the big one, you know.
Yeah, let's say call and complain. Spread the word, call and complain, because it makes it difficult for us to find traction on pushing things with like liquor control board and everybody else if there's no documented complaints. And I know the like 4 people that are sitting here, you guys get it, but spread the word. If there's something wrong like that, you got to call it in. I just complain about it at like a supervisors meeting, one of these ones. Okay, from an EMS standpoint, there were around 23 calls in May from the 2 out of the 3 ambulance companies. I don't have this labeled, but Western Berks and Newmanstown. One of them had 13 calls, the other one had 10. That puts us into the current items. So maintenance on the township building. I'll, in full disclosure, say I have not fully reviewed the quotes. in enough degree that I am confident in making a decision on it yet, because they are drastically different in very subtle ways between all three of them. I know you did your due diligence and looked through it. I don't know if Denny did or not, but I have not yet, so let's table that until next month. Trade-in for the boom mower, we successfully sold that on Municipid for $22,100. We should, I think, really discuss selling the small truck, as it's not gonna do us any good now that we are with the other truck and we're trying to get a bigger international truck. Carl, can you work on the details of getting that up on Municipid?
Yeah, we'll off on that for the.
Okay.
the moment.
Okay.
We may still be able to do something with that.
Okay.
It's hard to find that in transmission. Apparently, these pickup truck guys want it. But this one, it's just a little too fast
Mhm.
for a couple $1,000s.
Okay.
If we can spend $2,000 or $3,000
And fix it.
and have something.
No, I agree.
Used,
I just-
even if it's a spare,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that kind of expenditure, but like you were saying,
Yeah.
to get it replaced for like 8,000 or 9,000, no. At that point, it's good money to have.
Also, if you sell it right now, the way it is, you're not gonna.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can you text me the make and model of the transmission?
Yeah.
So I can try to maybe dig up, there's a truck place I know of that's a graveyard up in upstate New York, you might have.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we need to do any type of approval now for that?
Do we have to accept, like formally accept the bid for Municipid on that, or is that just by the nature of what it is? We already approved it getting sold on there. Like I
Can go.
Yeah, I don't think,
I
I don't
was
think,
gonna say,
I don't think
we
it
need to.
hurts.
It's okay.
I don't think
Well,
it
I'll make a motion to accept the winning bid of 22,100 for the boom mower that was placed on Municipid.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse,
Hi.
I don't.
Uh,
Start the vehicle yet?
I don't think we've transferred it. We have the time.
No, we haven't done, he actually asked it. A little. I said, listen, as long as you pay for it, I don't care.
We're not in a rush.
Hold on.
Okay, playground maintenance and equipment related stuff. We're looking into potential avenues to turn the tennis courts into pickleball courts, along with grants for potentially rehabbing them as tennis courts as well. Trash ordinance letters went out around non-compliance in the beginning part of June. I'm sure you've been getting phone calls about that.
We're working on getting them out.
Oh, yeah, I thought you already got it out.
Yeah,
My bad.
Glenn just approved, that was just done, what, last week?
Okay.
Like a week or so ago, Don, that was.
Right, Glenn and I worked together to finalize that warning notice.
So next week?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Ms. Abby's gonna be coming in and.
Okay.
Open for that too.
And then-
How many letters are we sending approximately? Hundred, 800, 100, probably, at least.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Which out of these 650 some properties in the community, that's a pretty hefty percentage of people that aren't doing what they're supposed to with trash.
we got a lot
First
of,
time
we
we
got a
did
lot
that,
of
what?
farmers and businesses here.
Yeah.
I am one of those.
Yeah,
And part of the reason my confusion
Yeah.
was when it had sent out the original paperwork and then it was the wrong amount to be paid. And then there was different columns of what was to be paid, so
Yeah.
I paid basically trash, but not.
okay,
Was paid for the year.
Yeah.
So it was confused.
okay.
This
So-
is basically for the farmers, businesses that are now
I'm sure there's occasional people
required
like
to have
yourself.
trash
walked in,
and
went,
recycling.
There's a lot of people that weren't doing trash, they didn't have trash for whatever reason, and a lot of people out in the farming areas didn't have recycling at all because it wasn't required. So that's the lion's share of it, but that stuff happens. Forgot what I was gonna say. The trash contract is up next year in April, so it's a little premature to start thinking about that now, but that's something that we should have put out for as a proposal. And we should make sure that we get the details that JP Mascara was talking about with bringing the cost down with it advertised a certain way. into account before we do that. One of the things was billing. We put it on the tax bill and we save an astronomical amount of money because trash companies are not billing companies. They're not accountants. They don't want to do it. They just want to pick up the trash. So.
When do we start bidding on that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, we can control that. Yeah.
When do we start?
Well, the contract is up in April, so I think we should probably work on getting that prep to go out beginning of the year, like January.
If not
If
sooner.
not sooner, like, yeah, January or maybe start in October, November.
October.
Yeah.
How soon do you think we should get a meeting with JT Mascaro?
I'd say maybe next month or the month after that, July, August. Because then we can just turn around August, September, October timeframe and get it out for.
We're gonna put Stonecroft too, right?
That's the intent. We need to talk to Stonecroft to make sure that that's actually what they want to do. Talk to the HOA, but that's the understanding that I got the last time they were in here. They want to participate in the trash contract. Fine by me.
Mhm.
Might actually help bring some of the price down because it's more customers.
Mhm.
Where was I? Committee for the building, as Beverly mentioned, they're looking into how and the best way to store the historical items. So more on that as that develops. Road maintenance, Carl is still actively at work on all of that. The 2026 road projects has been awarded to Construction Master Services. Currently working on a schedule for the pre-construction meeting. Very nice.
And they want us to get in here as quickly as possible.
Very nice. As soon as it's Tuesday.
Yep.
So that's this year is the patching and sealing and everything like that. And the next year is the overlays, right? Road issues, the issues at Forge, Church and Wintersville are still ongoing. That's something we're going to continue to monitor. We're looking to do Forge Road, the culvert there as a 2027 dirt and low volume gravel road grant. Church Road a 2028 and Wintersville a 2029 submission there. Colin, I think we'll probably have to talk about it in executive session, but the small school road at Small and Marion defects.
Yeah,
How that's gonna
Yeah.
pan out. And Spur Road, we have a traffic ordinance amendment need to review. We're establishing the posted speed limit of 15 miles per hour there, because that's what it is on the Tulpa Hawkins side. Before there was a 25 mile an hour sign there.
we can't enforce a 15-mile-per-hour speed limit. The minimum is 25.
You can 25 on any area where there isn't.
Okay.
Tulpa Township posting in their part of the roads.
That's the question.
No, they have no,
They have no sign, no desire.
Why are we?
That was actually gonna be my next question is if you can't enforce 15, if it's basically 25 and per the officer's statement. If it's implicitly 25, if it's not posted, then is it?
I thought it was implicitly 55.
Oh, okay.
With a floor of 25 for establishing the speed limit with a sign.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
my understanding.
Okay, so, I mean,
I don't, that's all, the main concern was truck traffic.
yeah,
On that road, not necessarily the speed of traffic along.
yeah, well, I mean, we'd have to do a traffic study if we're gonna limit it to like class 2.
No, so remember, Act 31 of 2018 allows the municipality to ban trucks over 45 feet without a study.
Okay.
So I prepared
Okay. Yeah, let's,
an ordinance that bans truck traffic on at least half of the roadway,
okay,
which is an effective ban on the whole roadway because it's so small.
yeah,
you guys realize the only home on that. I mean, you want to ban trucks on the coast of a pond? I'm just
It's over 40,
suggesting.
it would only be tractor trailer traffic that would in effect be prohibited, but.
Is there-
That's a question.
is there something in there that we could say like, except for local delivery? Doing that as a stipulation on some like no truck over.
How long is this road?
It's not very long, it's
We
like,
have about
like
150 feet of
it's a shortcut around an intersection.
It's 150 feet we have.
Why are we spending?
I don't want to spend the money for 150 feet. That whoever was complaining can pound sand, if you can pound sand, talk to the township you should be talking to, which is the other one.
No, it's a public road.
No, it's public.
Probably not if there's just a farm down
Yeah.
there.
I think it's all ag. Yeah, either way, it's not a big deal and we won't,
I don't think
we
it's a
won't burn
big,
calories on it.
we got bigger fish to fry than one person.
If you have it
hauling
prepared,
around.
keep it in your pocket in case we need it, but,
Sure.
Okay, business projects, so there's no new actions required for Blue Spruce, no action required for 85 Main Street. All done on Sixth, no action. Martin's Church, we have to authorize, the planning module resolution, that's 2026-5, the DEP. Is that ready for signature or?
It's in the book here, yes.
Okay, so, I'll make a motion to authorize the, approval of planning module. Resolution 2026-5 for the DEP.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse,
Aye.
Returning to the Alden
Yes.
project, I understand that developer may need to make upgrades to the joint authority water system. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe those or that conversation has just begun.
No new actions on Gerald Weaver, no new actions on the Oberholzer Ag project, no new actions on Dutch Valley, and no new actions on the Weaver Troutman. In terms of new business, the business cards and cell phones. AT&T has not gotten back to me yet. I do have a meeting or phone call with the Verizon rep that I deal with Tuesday next week. That's one of the things I'm going to talk to him about. I didn't get a chance with him being out, me being out, to sit down and talk to him, but I'm going to see if they can give us a good price on a couple of cell phones, see what AT&T also says. And we've really couldn't print business cards until we know what we're putting on them. We had a disabled veteran exemption request that was approved at the June workshop meeting for Linda Kale at 180 Rosebush Court. Shady Cabin Circle, I have not walked that letter around yet, but I will, just haven't had time to do it. Letting the residents know that the township owns at least part of Shady Cabin Circle. I know PennDOT has asked Carl to provide a plot plan of what road is actually ours versus private lane.
He wants to length width right away. I haven't been able to find that yet, but I haven't really looked for it yet. It's with the resolution.
Yeah,
So I think I gotta research by names and look at it by names and maybe it's in there somewhere. Even the resolution doesn't state the length of it. It says the width, but not the length.
okay, once you get that figured out, put in GIS. Yeah.
How's the GIS going there,
Slowly.
It's gonna be great.
The Conrad Weiser Parkway, I know Colin, you have a little bit.
I'll update the board on that matter quickly. So as the board knows, we have a pending code enforcement action against the property owner for property maintenance code and zoning violations that is scheduled for a hearing before the district court. In mid-July, we were recently approached by the property owner about some intention to explore redeveloping the property for a different use. So the code officer, Peter, and I met with the property owner last week. And the meeting concluded by the parties agreeing that the code enforcement action could potentially be continued for a period of approximately 30 days if the property owner / potential developer does some due diligence with respect to redevelopment, provides us with that paperwork or plans or report, and then meets with us again. I prepared that, what we're calling a temporary settlement agreement. Last week, I requested that the property owner sign the same and return to us before tonight's meeting, which did not occur. So at this point, I'm recommending that the township authorize execution of the temporary settlement agreement contingent upon property owner signing on or before July 1st.
Yeah, this gives them an opportunity to, we're giving them a chance to do the right thing effectively. And if they don't, then we go through the court action. We don't lose any ground or any traction or any time on another. I'll make a motion to sign that temporary settlement agreement contingent upon the stipulations Colin had outlined around having the other party sign it on or before July 1st.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse. Roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Next is grass mowing at the area on Main Street. Point on it, I don't think PennDOT's gonna mow it anywhere near enough, and if you guys were talking about putting flags there for any reason, we're gonna have to mow it, otherwise it's gonna be junk. So that's my
We
2 cents
still
on it.
need to figure out who owns.
I'm pretty sure it's PennDOT, although when we ask PennDOT, they say it's them. But anytime that something needs to be done with it, PennDOT always says it's us, so we always get to run around on that.
Right, but we can't legally mow other people's property.
I mean, yes and no. Yes, you're technically correct, but if they're not doing it and no one's ever gonna notice it or care, is it really that big of a deal if we just mow one little strip there, especially if we're planning on putting like we had talked, or you guys talked about not signs, flags there.
No, it just stinks because if we don't own that,
Yeah.
right? And then somebody like some of the residents in my town where the grass is growing above your head at the Grange.
The difference is we can't enforce nuisance stuff on PennDOT.
No, I get that,
Yeah,
but
that's the big difference is it's the state.
they're gonna say, why are you mowing that if you don't own it and why?
Yeah.
This
No,
thing?
Would we be mowing grass in the PennDOT right away?
Technically, yeah.
Is that what would be happening?
They're not gonna do it.
I really don't care.
Is it creating a public safety issue?
And it gets long enough, yeah, visibility. I prefer to not let it get to that line.
Yeah, so I guess the risk is that the township mows that and during our mowing, someone gets hurt and we are effectively trespassers,
Mhm.
but the risk of that is
Pretty minimal.
pretty low.
Yeah.
How much grass, how much land,
Yeah,
needs to be mowed?
It's a
All diamond, yeah.
200 square feet.
No, it's really not.
Really? No, wait. I'm 800 square, it's like 40 foot by like 10 or 15, maybe 20.
It's probably close to a quarter of an acre.
Really? That big? I would have thought it was smaller.
There's 2 sections.
Here, hold on. Pull up maps. I'm only thinking of the
Do
one
we have a mowing agreement with PennDOT?
for
419.
Only for 419.
Yeah.
If that does,
Is there any harm in contacting PennDOT and seeking its approval before we mow? I'm sure it would not mind.
Yeah. So Carl, you're talking about the little triangle at 422 in Maine, right?
He's
Yeah.
also mowing on the other, on the east.
It's just that little triangle there.
But it's also mowed on the east.
Yeah, a little bit on the other side.
Yeah,
See
so,
that,
yeah.
Reach out to PennDOT, advise of the risk and ask for the consent to mow. And give the approximate date and time of when you want to mow and using what equipment to make sure there are all the details of bases covered.
They can do shared.
That's the other one. They just trim stuff because they don't do it, but visibility.
Not down there.
Yeah, I've gone out with bolt cutters a couple times and taken down little trees that have popped up.
Does the board want to authorize the road crews mowing of those lands subject to PennDOT consent?
Yeah, that's sensible. So I'll make a motion to authorize the road crew to mow those sections of PennDOT owned or right of way land pending their approval.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse. Roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Contact at PennDOT, Carl.
I don't know. Charlie Paris is the guy I told you, but I'm no, this is paper.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that would be Charlie.
yeah, I know who it is.
Maintenance.
Next item is the transfer of funds from general to the liquid fuel. Due to a error in submitting a project amendment for the Marion Drive project, we have to put $46,000 from general fund back to the road fund. And through the change of accounting and some scrutiny there, we noticed that the boom, our original purchase, was actually taken out of liquid fuels and not the general fund the way it was supposed to be. So all told, we have to put that money back to a total of $99,590.90. General fund current balance is $629,000 and change, so that would be it's about five, we would leave us with a balance of about 530,000 before any of the act money for this year comes in. So we're in good spaces there, and that also helps us fund some of the road work that we were planning on doing this year next year. I'll make a motion to authorize the transfer of funds from the general fund to the liquid fuels account to the total of $99,590.25.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse. Roll call, Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
There was some discussion around donations to the township, posting a sign at the playground, contributors. I personally think that's a good idea. I think that's something that maybe we should reserve for larger projects. Like, for example, if we're going to tackle the ball field specifically, we do something there, thanking the contributors and the sponsors, or if we're doing like a play set or something like that. Rather than doing a whole bunch of little things, it should be one or maybe two, or at most like three, like the tennis courts, multi-purpose stuff, ball field, playground, just so that it's not wildly overloaded on like NASCAR style sponsorships all over everything in the so I still think the little league fence is a good idea, because then we can put signs up and we could actually sell yearly, like you want to be an advertiser for the year. You know, Jeff Martin, give us $1,000 and we'll have your sign up for the whole year.
Well, we do have a potential donation of all those flags.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So poor Corals could, I guess, pick those up. The flags donation.
Yeah, we'll give us bare minimum. If somebody donates something like that in the meantime, we should send them a very nice thank you letter, and then kind of make a note for whenever we do have something permanently erected in the park, we can put a small thank you there. Okay, pensions. We have to approve the pension. Lisa's pension for this year is $7,696.76. Carl's is $11,279.16. And if memory serves me, is that 5 or 15% is the
15%.
15% is the required contribution for the pension. So I'll make a motion to approve the pension contributions for the Secretary Lisa Pagerly of $7,696.76. Roadmaster Carl Liptak for $11,279.16.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse. Roll call, Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Anyway,
Talk louder. I'm old. Next, we have the adoption of the resolution 2026-4, which appoints the chief administrative officer for the pension plan as Lisa. She checked with PCS, and apparently that's not only okay, but is commonplace to have the secretary be the one that's appointing the pension plan, even though the secretary is frequently the one on the pension.
also the treasurer.
Yeah, that's it.
But I checked to make sure it was okay, because I'm receiving the pension, and they said that's
With
fine.
small townships where having people wear a lot of different hats, it's apparently not. So I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2026-4, appointing Secretary Lisa Pagerly as the chief administrative officer of the Marion Township.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse. Roll call, Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Okay, there's a school bus sign at Sheridan and Idris. The question I have for you, Colin, is that was probably placed there by ordinance way back. Do we have to remove that by ordinance, or can we just simply?
No, if you're advised, you can.
Okay, well, in that case, the school bus doesn't stop there. So
What happens when someone has kids on that road again?
we put it back up. We don't have to do ordinance, we just- Yeah, I mean, there's what they're saying. It's advisory. You don't even need an ordinance. You just slap one in the ground.
It's like an advisory speed sign. You're going around a curve and you want to take a 50 to a 25. You can put them up and take them down and
So I'd say,
There's no enforcement action behind the sign.
Carl, go ahead and take that out. If we need to put it back, we put it back. With that said, I might want to put one at the corner of Shady Cabin and Canal, because that's where they pick kids up on that stretch, like my kids and two other kids down the road. But yeah, we can just move
And then
it.
eventually you're gonna have to look at Main Street we're gonna do there, because all the kids get picked up at the Grange, and now the Grange is private property, and then when that guy decides to flip that property or.
They can still stand on the sidewalk. That's
Yeah,
public domain enough that's, he can not like it all he wants, but that's a school bus stop.
Yep.
Um,
Although, with that being said, we don't really want students outside of a property
hostile property, I know,
with
I
an
know.
owner who's.
yeah, I get it. If we had to move it a little bit, I'm sure we could. Like, reality is, I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but if it is, it's a problem, then
it's gonna be a problem. That guy's not very nice.
we'll have to play that one by ear, or some of us can go have a quiet chat with the gentleman about, playing nice in the sandbox with everybody else.
Oh, I already had that conversation with that guy.
So we'll see how it goes. If we gotta move it slightly down the street, we just move Conrad Weiser to pick up people like,
Yeah, that's not a school district issue.
I think like technically it's the busing, but where we put the signs and tell people to wait
Sure.
and stuff.
But you have to, you would
We
have
have
to
to,
coordinate.
yeah,
with
that's
the
what I'm
school
saying. Like we gotta make sure that the school
Yep.
district is aware of that.
Yep.
I'm hoping it won't be an issue, because that's a pretty horrible thing to be.
I mean, I was out,
Now is your opportunity to do something before next school year.
Yeah,
I was out there moving snow. I didn't put it on his sidewalk. It wasn't on his sidewalk at all. And he came out to supposedly, finally, which he hasn't, I've been doing it. Wendy's been doing it. Removing the snow on that portion of that sidewalk.
Mhm.
And then he started flipping out on me, and I asked him, I let him have his whole spiel, and I asked him when he was gonna start mowing his grass and taking care of the property. So,
like I said, let's, I guess, float it with the school district. I prefer not to change anything if we don't have to, but maybe have it in our pocket already worked out with them, that if the guy jerk about it,
then he
we
went
know
up,
where to move it
he went
to.
up and down one side of me about us not allowing him to have all these rentals in it based off of his septic tank size. And I said, first and foremost, I said, never seen any of your paperwork come into the board,
Also,
because it was owned by Randler, and then you're only getting the story from Randler.
I'd also like to point out that
So,
that's state law.
right, well, right.
That's not even us, that's state law. Okay. Banking, we're actively looking at switching from Fulton to M&T. Fulton's charging us a whole bunch of weird fees for things, like online access is $10 a month per account, which is why we haven't done it. Whereas M&T does not have those weird fees, and we can have online access and direct access to QuickBooks at no charge. So Lisa and Denny have been working on that, and hopefully for next month's meeting, we can have a direct comparison of apples to apples on that. On surface, though, it seems like a no-brainer.
Mhm.
It's literally right there. It's not like we have to go out of our way to visit a branch, and if it saves us money, gives us more functionality, why not? The Western Berks Joint PC meeting is going to be August 20th at 7 PM. It's the same night as our meeting. So I will be at that meeting rather than here. It'll be you and Denny here. The Western Berks Joint Planning Commission meeting is going to be doing their reorg because they haven't had a meeting until now, but also discussing certain aspects of data center and keeping it.
That's for us.
So does that joint planning commission have a quorum if two people from our board cannot attend?
I don't think they're actually going to be voting on data centers and keeping things of pets, but
But it needs a quorum to hold a meeting.
they've had the meeting with only one of us there in the past.
Mike, is this the one that we need to open up to fix our chicken ordinance?
It would be, once they go to do keeping of pets, to move that through, then we would
Gotcha.
hang on. Like, there's a boatload on the whole advertising effective things.
I can,
I will look into that.
Yeah, because I know that
Thank
all
you.
three of us used to go to those.
Yeah, but there were plenty of times where it was just me there.
say, do you need me to, email Nicole and ask her that?
Yeah, I mean, Colin can look, and if you email Nicole, ask and see if she knows offhand. Because like the timing of it's awful, because it's the same night as our meeting, so we either.
She
go
said
out
they have that meeting every third Thursday, well, every.
every third
Listen,
Thursday.
if we're gonna be part of these joint things, they need to play ball when our meetings are on. End of story. I'm sick of it.
I agree, but we agree with our Saturday workshop meetings, that's probably.
Good. Yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, worst case scenario, we just can't cancel the workshop. But if it's a situation where we can do both, you guys can do the housekeeping stuff here without me. I can go and do that. We're good. But we'll see, we just gotta see if it's allowable or not. He'll check.
It's tough to schedule a meeting with that many.
Yeah, as I say, so many schedules coming into the mix, somebody's gonna have a problem, whether it's us or Robinson or Wilmsdorf, it is what it is. For animals, just as a reminder, the Humane Society of Reading and Lebanon cannot take in any predators. Animal Rescue League, however, can take, for what the cats were with dogs. There's a drop-off fee of $200 per dog, and they will only take 15 dogs from a municipality per year. They will come out and get a stray dog, but it's $150 extra. You have to pay, not the township, it's you as a person, paying for that stray dog.
Contract that we would have
Yeah.
to do.
So,
No, the township would pay something.
I thought that was, at point of use, not upfront. It's per dog, it's not,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
When we find no dogs, we don't pay. It's
Yeah.
Whenever a dog is found, then
yeah,
we
but
pay.
it's on the property owner. Or it's on the resident, not us, to pay those fees.
it's on the resident?
Yeah.
I thought it was on the township.
No, correct.
That's on the township?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's on the township.
If we sign a contract.
Yeah, if we sign a contract.
Okay, so that's, I did understand.
But how is that any different from, or will they just not accept animals from?
They're not accepting them right now from people because there's no contract.
We would have to sign a contract. But we wouldn't, as far as my understanding is, wouldn't get charged until the stray dog
But
is.
my concern on
dropped
that
off.
is if somebody goes and takes a stray dog and drops it off, we're gonna get a $200 bill.
No, you have to have a authorized person to authorize that.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, if Jesse is that authorized person and I find a dog, I would have to go to him and say, look, I found this dog. He would have to be like, okay or no,
Okay.
whatever. And then let animal rescue be like, no, this is an authorized dog.
But if we sign this, could people then potentially take dogs and cats in on their own?
Not without authorization.
No.
Okay, that was the follow-up. It's my only concern, and having that check and balance of the authorized person is good, was having somebody like round up all the cats and then go and drop that off, and then we have a $2,000 bill, like,
Yeah.
the next month.
Now, this is just for dogs.
Yeah,
And nobody can go drop it off. You have to have an authorized person, township, to authorize each stray going in.
okay,
So nobody can just go walking in there and like, I mean, from Marion Township, we have this contract.
yeah.
It would have to be an authorized person.
We have a farm
I mean-
down here, down the street already, trying to give away 2 dogs.
Yeah,
That was last week. I don't know, is those 2 dogs still there?
I have no idea. I couldn't find a home for
And
I think we definitely, it's a step in the right direction, having something, because we used to have something before it got wildly expensive. And we had that situation with the stray dogs a couple of weeks ago where nobody could figure out what to do with the poor things. So, I probably fit, or I shouldn't say we can probably fit if there's the occasional one here and there, if the township has to pay for it into the budget. But, Jesse, what are your thoughts?
them. Just like your tire program, people are gonna start taking advantage of it.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah. I'm a little more sympathetic to dogs than I am tires, though.
Right. And I do know that Dennis isn't for using taxpayer money to take care of.
Well, how about
Animal
we, or is there a deadline on this?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
Let's
so.
wait
no.
until we have Denny here too. I'll talk about it as a group.
Because I don't,
There's pros and cons to it.
I've literally done this now. Probably 6 dogs I've taken care of myself and found homes for and mowed, like did all that legwork since everybody calls me for everything.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what else to do anymore. I
Yeah,
can't
you can't keep
do
doing
it
that.
all.
That's-
I can't do it all.
Yeah, that's not fair on you. So let's table that till next meeting and we can talk about it, the 3 of us, and see where we land on that. Like I said, I see the merit of it, but
I get it.
is it worth the expense?
Right.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're tabling. On the contract. I got a call for help, please, can't find the owner or anything. And we get them all the time.
Yeah.
All.
Yeah.
It being an authorized person. I could just come to you and say, hey, I got this dog, I can't find the owner, it's been abandoned here. Like I had one that's like 3 or 4 days. Every day I was getting this call,
Mhm.
trying to follow up and find a home for this dog or. You know, do we just come through you as these things?
Yeah, I would think that
That's something that you guys-
if they caught a dog, it would be no different than a resident. You'd be like, I have this dog, I can't do anything with it, I need to, turn it in. Yeah.
How many times does it happen a year?
Marion and Quebec, and I work for that. Very frequent, more, it's concerningly frequent.
Okay.
Calls, yeah, I mean, they're getting loose, I don't know if it's farm dogs or what. You know, if people had their tags on them, we could call into dispatch, figure out who it is. But, you know.
Do you guys have a
The chip reader.
chip reader at all?
About to ask them.
We have access. We're able to, we don't have one, it'd be nice, but. We're able to get people who have them.
Okay.
Help us out. And we can have dogs in the cars.
So when you pick up a stray dog, what do you do with it?
So he doesn't pick them up.
Pick 'em up.
That's the right answer because
Is it?
we have very limited powers as township officials under the dog law. Police officers and certified animal control officers have the ability to pick up, handle, keep for a finite period, and transfer or to dispose of the dogs. But municipal officials do not. Right. So next on the agenda is deliberation authorization to prepare an ordinance regulating stray animals. What we can do is pass an ordinance mandating, like state law already does, the leashing and tagging of dogs, cats. We can also prohibit people or residents from feeding untagged cats and dogs.
That thing at least get loose. We can.
Well, that ordinance will allow Glenn as a non-certified animal control officer to issue citations under that ordinance. But what he cannot do because he's not certified is, let's say, pick up and dispose of a dog because he's not a certified animal control officer or a police officer.
So the police,
Either or.
so the police,
Depending on the circumstances.
the police have the law to be able to do that. But
They do, but it's. Do we really want our police department being animal control? Probably not, right?
Yeah, I try and help them.
Yeah.
so what stinks for you though is let's say you go to an incident and there's a dog there. You don't have a chip reader there to check the dog at all, and you can't take the dog. So how are you getting these chips? Well, I get that, but you say you have access to a chip reader, but you really kind of don't.
Yeah,
Because you can't take the dog to the person that has a chip reader.
You have to see if they can come to us. If not, then.
Look at me.
Well, that might be a local share opportunity.
Why can't we get a chip reader?
That's what I'm saying, like, maybe we just buy or put in for a grant.
I don't know what they.
They can't be that. I mean, they're probably more than any of us are gonna consider them being. I'm sure they're not like wildly expensive.
Yeah.
While you're in there, look that up.
But
Look that up while you're in there.
I feel like a lot of eBay. Probably.
Dark chips, yeah.
Yeah.
And it would, it would put a tool in your toolbox to be able to maybe weed out some of them.
No, that's a county.
Yeah. Yeah, for what it's worth, I agree with you. That would be nice to have, but
Yeah.
so kind of as a segue on that, the discussion around the ordinance for regulating stray animals, what you just described, I think we definitely should, if it gives the power to enforce in a way that they don't have any power to do now.
So we already have a
Leash law, or leash ordinance, excuse me.
for dogs, but not for cats. And that ordinance does not prohibit residents from feeding.
Yeah, that one,
I think in your actual verbiage, it actually counts for everything.
it counts, yeah. That was
leash
left
ordinance.
very, leash ordinance is very open. It's leash for literally any.
It could be a goat.
So we need,
Yeah.
so we need an ordinance amendment prohibiting residents from feeding untagged pets.
Yes,
And appointing
perhaps as the enforcement.
the code officer as the animal control officer who is authorized to enforce that. ordinance.
I'm for it. I make a motion to authorize Colin to prepare that ordinance. Eating and, 1 second, John. Is it about this or is it about the reader? Okay, hold that thought. Around the, feeding of untagged pets.
And leash, right?
And, well, it's the amendment to the ordinance for leash stuff.
I mean, not the leash, the tag. You said tag. You said tag.
Untagged,
Yeah, untagged and, yeah, I didn't hear that part.
yeah, bring the feeding of untagged pets. Yeah, to say we got enough of it on there that you guys could figure that out.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse,
And that would say also if the animal is untagged and owned, they have to tag their animal, correct?
Just make sure, it saves the warning again.
Um. So,
It is,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are asking me, it hasn't come up recently, but the question was with the stray feral cats, whatever you want to call them. Nobody is fixing their cats and they're leaving them out.
So here's the problem, right?
So can we not force people, make sure that they're leaving when they leave their pets out? that-
there's, I don't think there's some weird reason that we can't require,
We cannot
Yeah.
do that.
yeah. But
What we can do is prohibit people from feeding untagged.
You're out there feeding the cat and they're not tagged.
and it's creating more cats, then we can
Then it's a problem.
Fine you for feeding the untagged cats. Okay, John, what? Let's read it.
This.
Crap.
Well, I think the town.
We may buy a couple of those and maybe donate one to, the Oaxaca PD.
$34?
$34. Yeah. So, so John, send that link to Lisa and then, can we just pick that up as just like equipment?
Yeah, again.
Ratify it next month.
Part of the bill.
Yeah. Yeah, so John, send it to Lisa. Lisa, pick up 2 of them and we'll ratify it at next month's meeting.
Yeah, I want one here in the town.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we keep one here, we give one to them.
No, that's nominal.
Yeah, it's all told, it's $70 or $78, $68, excuse me. So
Do we even need to ratify that?
it's part of the bills. We'll just ratify it as part of the bills.
Okay.
Yeah, he said the same.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, Bollinger Road, nothing new on that, but if there is, we'll talk about that at the executive session tonight. Saldo is still on hold with the engineers for review. Abby, I'll send you your details on your license and you'll get something from people wanting to call them Top Flight, but that's not what it is. It's like Test Flight or whoever does our licensing.
Yeah,
You'll get something from them about the additional license for her that we approved a bunch of months ago. The pole building is on hold due to the potential around grant for the building. And, future planning stuff, as always, if there's something that you have an idea for park, whether it's, or township as a whole, and, making it better, making it more efficient, or adding a capability that we don't already have, please don't be shy, speak up about it, send something into the office, send us an email, give us a phone, et cetera. In terms of comments, supervisors' comments, I don't have anything additional. Jesse.
Nothing.
Okay. Dennis is off enjoying a cruise. Lisa,
like I said, it's very busy in the township with permits, projects. Website, I'm working on that. That just went up and running. I'm working on that. There's a lot going on. So just bear with me. I'm trying to get to everything as fast as I can, and I know minutes need to get done. It's just a little
There's
crazy.
a lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
If you look at the surrounding municipalities, I look at their websites and I read their minutes. Most of them are at least 3 months behind. So I think you're doing a pretty good job keeping up with them, to be honest with you.
We can always strive for excellence, but it gets done when it gets done.
It doesn't even put them on.
That's
Question. Probably not,
I don't
but,
mention them. It orders us.
Carl, anything for you?
No, I'm good.
Colin? Other than what we're
No.
gonna cover in executive session.
No, we'll have an executive session to discuss potential litigation concerning the contractor's work on school road.
Ryan?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, excellent. Glad not here. Abby, anything for you?
Nada.
Okay, solid. So I'll make a motion. Oh, MTCA, you want to make an announcement, Kelly?
Sunday, June 28th, 12 o'clock. Community picnic. Meat, paper products training provided. We're going to cover dish and wash hair. 1 o'clock, the 250th anniversary. We're having Richard Pulling, Ray Comer Whiter, and talk about the local history in the area.
And it was brought up from the MTCA that they would like us to take over the picnic and or help out with the picnic anymore.
Right.
So
I'm all for helping out, but I feel that is a very solid community event. The association can do.
I get that,
Yeah.
but it was brought up. I
Okay.
wanted to make sure that you're
Like I
aware
said-
that that was brought up.
I think we can definitely spend some more time and effort on helping with it, but I like the premise of it being a community event with the communities association. I think there's a direct synergy there.
The community association would love to give that project back to the township.
Yeah.
You used to be in charge of everything.
But we can talk about that. That's something we can.
My plate is overfilling very, very much right now,
We
so.
just keep giving you more plates.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. The time is 8:12, and then we'll record the times for the executive session.
Motion made by Peter, second by Jesse, roll call Peter.
Aye.
Jesse.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Stay cool.
We talked.